He's never been into lack of having things to say. There's no question about that. So looking forward to that. I think Phil said that was going to happen sometime around 12:15 or so. Let's just refresh everybody at home. Roger Stone arrested this morning by the FBI with guns drawn in a pre-dawn raid at his house in Fort Lauderdale and indicted by a grand jury on 7 counts, including 1 count of obstructing an inquiry, 6 counts of making false statements to the House Intelligence Committee, and 1 count of witness tampering, according to the indictment, for allegedly threatening radio host Randy Credico to have him give false testimony to the House Intelligence Committee, even at one point, according to the indictment, threatening to take away Credico's dog. The president weighed in on this just a short time ago on Twitter, saying it's the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there? More on that in just a second. In a statement this morning, the president's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, said this is another case of a process crime that arose only after the investigation began and that nothing Stone did prior to the investigation was criminal. The statement reads, quote, "The indictment today is yet again nothing more than another false statement charge. It doesn't allege collusion. Indeed, it charges no underlying wrongdoing by Mr. Stone or anyone else. Seems like we are coming to an end." The White House distancing itself from any culpability here. Sarah Sanders dismissing a question about whether the president may have told Stone to lie as, quote, insulting, and also saying this. Listen here.
The charges are about whether or not he gave false statements, and that's on that individual. That has nothing to do with the president. Those are the charges that they have brought against this individual.
But Nancy Pelosi, whose Democratic colleagues will spend the next 2 years investigating all things Trump, had this to say about it this morning. Listen.
It's very interesting to see the kinds of people that the President of the United States has surrounded himself with. This connection to the integrity of our elections is obviously something we have to get the truth about. But it's also bothersome to see his connections to Russia and the president's suggestions that we should question whether we should be in NATO, which is a dream come true for Vladimir Putin.
Now, while the indictment draws a connection between Roger Stone and WikiLeaks, it does not draw a connection between Roger Stone and Russia. WikiLeaks insists that Russia was not the source of the leaked emails from the hacked Democratic server that it released. However, U.S. intelligence agencies say they believe people with ties, direct ties to the Kremlin, were responsible for giving those emails to WikiLeaks. Now, as to how CNN was there, according to their producer who was on the scene, here in Washington, D.C., they noticed an extraordinary amount of grand jury activity yesterday on a day when there typically isn't any. They put 2 and 2 together and said, well, maybe we should check out Roger Stone's house. And clearly that sort of gumshoe reporting paid off for them. If that's the way it happened.
And of course, answering the president's question in a tweet a few moments ago, who alerted CNN to be there? John Roberts, thank you.